Hey guys, it is Carrie from Enchanted Kindergarten. I wanted to show you how easy it is to get started on Google Classroom. We're one-to-one at my school, so I actually have an account through my school email. All of my students have a Google account, and so it's really easy for them to log in. But if you don't, there's still a way for your kids to get on there. All right. First thing we're going to do is make sure you have an account. If you do not have a Google account, go ahead and create one. And then after you create one, you need to go to Google Classroom. If you're already on Google, you can just type in Classroom and it'll pop up. Alright, this is what it looks like after you've created a class already. But we're going to go and create a new one. Well, I'll show you what you're supposed to do to create a new one, but we're going to work through this one. So you'll go to this little plus right here, click on the plus, and there's two options, either join class or create class. This will be what your children will do. This is the easiest way that I found. The other way is inviting them through email, and then they'll have to go through the link in their email, which is just a little bit difficult for kindergartners and first graders. So they'll type in a code here, and I'll show you where to find that code in a second. Alright, so what you're going to do is click on Create Class. Then you're going to read over this, and you're going to type your class name. Now, my class is usually like Miss Brown's first grade or Miss Brown's kindergarten or whatever. I only have one class, so I don't fill in the rest of this stuff. Alright. So after you've created your classroom, and feel free to pause me so you can do this as I'm talking. You can be creating yours. Alright, so click on your classroom and you'll see something like this. The first thing I did is change my photo. The other is just so sad looking. So you can select the theme and go here, and there's some different pictures, and then there's some patterns too. That's really cute. Oh, let's change ours to this. So now we've got a new theme. Alright, what you'll do next is you're either going to go to stream or students whenever you log in. So the first thing we need to do is go and add students. So you'll go here and you're going to invite students if you want to use their emails. And as you can see, I've added myself, and this is where I added with an email. It shows you that that person was invited, and here I use the code to join, and that's what they'll do at the beginning when we logged in earlier and it said join class. They'll type in this code right here, and then you can tell who came in like that, or that they're all the way joined. I haven't joined from this link. Now, after you add your students, oh wait, let me show you something that's pretty cool. If your entire school is Google or has Google accounts, all you have to do is type in their name. So I literally will type in like their name, and then their names populate down here. Super cool. So all of my kids, I can just go in and type their names in, and they pop up through like the whole county. So it's really easy when a child transfers in your county. They're already in there. Alright, now that we've got our students added, the next thing you're going to do is assign some work for them. So you're going to click back on stream, and this is just like basically like your class feed, but they call it a stream. And so all of your posts and your assignments show up here. Videos, links, Google Slides, everything will show up here. This little plus sign right here in the right corner is how you'll add these things. So you can add an announcement, an assignment, you can create a question, or you can reuse the post. And what we'll be doing is creating an assignment. So you're going to click on that, and you're going to type a title. And today what we're going to be working on is called Techie in Primary, and it is the beginning sounds sort. And I don't add instructions or a topic or a due date because my kids really don't have due dates. They're in kindergarten. And last year when I had first grade, I didn't do this either, even though they could read this stuff. All right, there's 4 things or 4 ways that you can add a resource. One is by attaching a file. You might add a PDF or something like that for your kids to read, and then they might have to attach something in response to their reading. You can use Google Drive. You can add a YouTube video. Super cool. Or you can add a link. Now, if you purchase something from TPT and a teacher author gives you the link, you can copy and paste the link here, and then this will pop up and change colors, and then you just click add link, and this adds it to your students' assignments. Today we're going to be using Google Drive. So, I've already added this to Google Drive, and for some resources, when they give you a link, it might pop up and say, would you like to add this to your Google Drive? Make sure you put yes, and make sure you make a copy of it so it's already on there. Some links will actually force a copy, so automatically makes a copy for you, and you just click save. Make sure you're logged into your actual account where you want that, because I have so many different Google accounts that I would hate to add something to one of my personal and it's actually for school, and then I can't find it when I'm looking for it. So just make sure you're logged into the correct account when you're opening a resource from somewhere else, or you're trying to add something to your Google Drive. Alright, so you're going to click on your Google Drive, and my recent things, I like to go through recent because it's the easiest, or you can go to my drive if it's old, or you could type in here. But what we're going to use is right here, and then you click on add, and then this pops up here, and it gives you 3 options. Students can view the file, students can edit the file, or make a copy for each student. And depending on depending on what you want to do or you want your students to do, you have to make a choice on your own. For this particular one, they have to move around things, so I can either do students can edit the file, so they'll be able to move around pictures, or I want to make a copy for each student. And I actually am going to make a copy, and let me tell you why. When you make a copy for each student, it automatically changes the title of it to the beginning of the student's name. And when they're ready to turn it in to you, it's already attached on their work assignment, and they don't have to go through their Google Drive and find it. So it saves so much headache. Like, so easy. So I just make a copy. It's already in their Google Drive, and it pops right up in their assignments. So I'm going to click on assign. But right here, you can either assign, schedule it for later. Like if you've got kids who will just click on stuff and you know you don't want them to, then you can schedule it and then it'll post automatically for you. Alright, so we're going to assign. And it pops up here, and this is everything I've assigned so far. No one has done it, obviously, and then I have 2 people in my classroom. So I'm going to pop over to a student, and this is what a student's account looks like, pretty much just like your account. And then now they have in their classroom, in their stream, their assignment. So we're going to click on our assignment. And as you can see, it named it, like I said. So I know that this belongs to this particular person. And you don't have to type classroom in your title. I did that because I had a few of these, and this is the one I want to use. All right, so what they'll do is they can go slide to slide and click on different slides. I put the directions at the top of this one, but your resource may not have directions on the page, so you may have to tell your kids the directions. But of course, my children can't read, so I have this here for other teacher use, or if I have a sub. And there's also the same directions in the notes, just in case somebody else who's not familiar with this reads it and then the kids aren't sure what to do. It's in 2 places. So this is what they do. Sort the pictures by the beginning sound to the correct letter. So you're going to look at these pictures and move them over to the correct letter circles. So first is apple. Of course that's a no. That's an A. Sun, S. Soap is an easy one because it's got the giveaway letter on there. Ant, alligator, sunflower, and then they go to the next slide. Now, something that I teach them pretty early on, and usually like the first day of us doing something like this, is the undo button. Because, oh my goodness, they will do that. They will do that. And they'll be screaming because they don't know how it got there. So really, really easy on maybe your first day or second day, and they're actually moving things around. Show them this little arrow going backwards and tell them it says undo. It is the magic wand. Boom. It's back where it came from. Or if they want to move something and they just don't want to, we use the magic wand and it puts it back where it came from. So super easy. Use the magic wand. They won't forget it because, hello, it's magic. For this one, they sort D and P words. Popcorn, diamond, pizza, my favorite, dinosaur, popsicle, door. And they go all the way through doing the same thing. And the great thing about Google Classroom is it automatically saves every time they make a move. So you'll see right here that it's saving. Every change you make is automatically saved in Drive. And so if there is a fire drill or there's an assembly, or you have to stop and go to lunch, or anything happens, this is already saved. They don't have to do anything. They can literally close their computer or put down, oh, that does not go there. They can close their computer, put down their iPad, and get up and go. And when they come back, this will still be there, even if they close this entire thing out. I can't talk and work at the same time, obviously. I'm getting all of these wrong. But when they go out of it, it's still going to be there. So let's say somebody clicks out of it by mistake. And then they go back. And then they say, oh, I need to go finish my work. All they have to do is click on it again. All their work was saved that they did. Or they can go back and change something if they want to change something. But they just will scroll down until the page they stopped on or the next page they didn't finish. And let's say they complete the entire thing. So I'll do the last page. Queen, 0, quarter, zebra, zipper, question. All they have to do is come out. No saving necessary because it saves automatically, which is amazing for kindergartners because, hello, they don't save anything. They do work and then they forget, but we do that as adults. So they just come out of that, and I'm going to pop back over to the teacher side. Oh, whoops, let me go back to the student. I'm sorry. All right, so your student is complete. If you had some type of resource where they needed to add something else, they could come here or they could create something. I really like the drawings for the younger kids. They can add a drawing. But for this one, there's nothing we need to add because everything's in here for me to go check. So they just click on turn in and then it says turn in. And this shows you that it has an attachment. We gave them this when we made the copy for them. This was the reason for doing the copy. If we did not, they would have to go here and add from Google Drive and go and find this. And that's just too difficult. Well, I shouldn't say difficult, but that's just a step that we can avoid. So I try to avoid as many steps as possible. So you're going to click on Turn In. And then they'll click on Turn In again. So they just have to remember it takes 2 times to send it to me. And then they get the check mark that they're done. Now let me pop back over to Teacher. And it already tells me that I have 1 student that is done and 1 student that is not done. Now, if I want to go check this work, all I have to do is, whoops, wrong thing. Click on Done, sorry. And here's the person who's done. If they're not done, it just looks like this. But if they're done, it just says done. And we can go and click and see what they've done so far. And it shows you here whose name it is. Because remember from the beginning, it was just called Classroom. It was not called Carrie Brown. And I can see really quickly the work that they've completed. Super easy. And they did not do these pages. So yeah, super easy. And you can add grades, like if you have 1st grade or whatever grade it is that you are teaching, here it says done, and you can sort them by the status. If they're done, they'll put everybody who's done at the top, not done at the bottom. You can sort by last name or first name, and then you just type in their grade. So she gets a 80. She's not finished with her work. And then it saves. Super, super, super easy. You can even change it to ungraded or change the amount of points you want to give them. But in kindergarten, I don't grade any of their things. Mostly everything's ungraded. Well, not mostly. Everything's ungraded because I don't grade their work. But I do check it. In 1st grade, they did receive grades on their work. And, I mean, they see it immediately. So, super easy. If you need help getting started on Google Classroom, just send me an email. Here's my email right here, enchantedkindergarten with a D at gmail.com. Or you can find me on Instagram at Enchanted Kindergarten or on Teachers Pay Teachers under Carrie Brown.